Hi everyone, it's Tech Dad. Welcome to my review of the Oculus Quest. This is the headset that we need to succeed right now in the VR world. I won't go into all the specs. It's been out for the past 3 months. I've been having it for 1 month. So I'll give you my impression. You have to know that I am a PC VR player because I like games like sim racing games, for example. However, I strongly believe that we all need the Quest to succeed, so VR go to the next step. So PC VR goes to the next step. We need more games, and to have better games, we need more people playing. And right now with PC VR, it's not selling as much as they wanted 2 years ago. So we need this little guy here to sell, and to sell a lot. And I hope that in the future, this will bring more players to PC VR, and then we will have a big ecosystem of VR games. But this is a lot of pressure on the Quest, I think. So first, the visual. The visual for a console like VR headset that is on your face, all the power is there, is pretty impressive. It is running on a 2 years old processor, smartphone processor. So I was a bit scared about the results, but let me tell you, it's not bad. And in fact, we see with a game like Red Matters that is new on the Quest that when the developers will be able to learn how to optimize the code for the Quest, that we will have some great looking games, not like PC VR, but good enough to enjoy. And one thing you have to remember is that most games on PC VR or on VR are made by little studio. And most games don't have the graphic that you will find on an Xbox or on a PS4, for example. And the truth is that you don't really need to have that great of graphics to enjoy a VR game. You just have to experience it to believe it, I will say. But one of the best games in VR is Superhot. And when you look at the graphic of Superhot, it's one of the most simplest games around. But you just feel there, and the interaction with the world is really great. I think we still can have some hope about the Quest in the future, about the visual fidelity. One great thing is that it comes with an IPD adjustment, so almost everybody can use it. The colors are great, the blacks are also great because of the OLED screen. The resolution is quite good. The only thing I wish that could be better is the screen door effect and maybe the sharpness. And this is due to the fact that this processor is not the strongest and you cannot oversample. So in other words, push a higher resolution than needed to the Quest just to save battery and to save a bit of heat on the processor. So it's not as sharp as the Rift S, for example. But I'm really nitpicking here because the image is clearer and is sharper than on the original Rift CV1. One reason to love the Oculus Quest and to love Oculus product is not the itself, is the controllers. The Oculus Touch controllers are great. They are comfortable. They fit well in the hand. They are not too big, not too small. The tracking is great. There were some patches since the launch and also for the Rift S, and now there is no occlusion. What is an occlusion? It's the fact that at launch, it was really true with the Rift S for shooting games, we were having problem with occlusion of the near end near the headset because the cameras could not see that controller, and sometimes also occlusion of the far end that was hidden behind the near end. And that is almost completely gone on the Quest and on the Rift S. And it's very impressive that you can still bring that controller behind you sometime and it's still tracked by some kind of magic. Oculus is showing right now that inside-out tracking is the future. The audio on the Quest comes from small speaker in the headband, just here. And it's not great. It works. I accept this solution contrary to the Rift S, because you need this to be portable, so to fit in a little bag. It could be better. It works. You can plug your own headphone if you want. One thing that could be better is the comfort. Most people will tell you that it feels front heavy because everything is here. You have the processor, the memory, the batteries. So everything is in the front. And you don't have a little design here. You just have those straps that works pretty well on something like the original Rift. But here, it has a tendency to put a lot of pressure on your face. Many people have come out with mods or being able to attach an external battery here to balance this thing. I just hope that Oculus will have put more engineering work on this just to make this more comfortable for all the users. We can talk about the hardware all day, but the most important thing to buy a gaming console or a VR headset like this is the games. And the number of games that were available at launch was pretty impressive. Don't get me wrong, there's not a lot of long, great games on the store right now. There's a lot of games, a lot of great ones too, but if you already have experience with PC VR, there's not a lot of new games, so you might have to wait a little bit to find new experiences. But for launch, it's still quite impressive. If you remember launch of a PS4, an Xbox, PS3, I mean the games were scarce as hell. If you are a new player in the VR world, you have a lot to choose from the Beat Saber games to Super Hot VR, to all the sports game, racket games. You can find a game that you really want. The only thing that you will not find right now are extensive big games like Skyrim, for example, or sim racing games. So for that you need a PC VR, or you can play, yes, you can play Steam VR game with the Quest. It's not perfect. You have many guides online. I have one for sim racing on my channel. It runs over Wi-Fi. It's not perfect. I just wish that Oculus would have let us use that USB-C port here to play some games on the PC, maybe in the future. And right now we are limited to Steam VR games. Using Wi-Fi is not perfect, but hey, you can play them if you have the PC. And I've been playing Arizona Sunshine with the Quest for the past month without much problem, and I'm happy about that. I did extensive testing, and the clear limitation is your Wi-Fi network. But I mean, it's not PC VR, but hey, you can use it, it's free. So, and almost on the same topic, mods, side quests, all the community around the Quest is so great. And for the hardcore fans, this is great. They can find new experiences. They can install all kind of software here that Oculus doesn't want to. So I think the Quest has limitless possibilities. It's now up to the developers and the community to develop the experiences to make this thing great. So all in all, this is a great product from Oculus. We need this to succeed, as I said earlier. I would say the price is pretty good for something like this. It's like console. Oculus is not making a lot of money on the hardware. They want to do money on the software. And talking about that, there's not a lot of sale right now on the Oculus Store. There's no sale. And most of the games are old, and you can buy them at a discount on Steam, on the Oculus Store for Rift, for example. Because right now they are trying to make the most money possible, and they have to. But I'm fearing that people will find the price of the games a bit too high on the Quest Store and will stop buying or playing with this. I hope you have enjoyed this video on the Quest. Please think about subscribing to my channel. See you next time. It was TechDad. Ciao!